to 9 p.m. starting May 7th, right here at the AGM Radio Network. 30 minutes of fun, inspirational insight. I'm going to need us to feel that great.
Welcome to the Greater Day Café with Dr. Davina, a nighttime cafe of inspirational thoughts to unwind from negativity and reaffirm our goodness. Now here's your host, Dr. Davina.
Hey everybody, we're back. Welcome to Greater Day Café. So glad that you are tuning in. We have been really getting some great feedback, and I am so glad to have folks tuning in, expecting, experiencing greater days. I'm live in the studio at the AGM Radio Network with my co-host. What's your name, man?
Rochester J.
I love the way he says his name, man. You just got a little something on that right there. We got our associate in-house producer in here, Patrick. Patrick, wave. The people can't see you, but they can feel you. Yeah. There you go. I also got my little sidekick in here, Lady G. Lady G, say something on the mic real quick. Come on, she's pointing. Come on, say something. What's your signature? Hot cake, she said. I don't know if y'all heard it. We might not have had it queued up. Anyways, my point is we got some good energy flowing in the house, and we got some little kids back here. As I always say at the end of the show, we got the whole family here. Y'all can't hear them because they done already been told, keep it quiet so you don't get in trouble. But we're raising them up in purpose. How about that? You know, so many times we don't necessarily include our kids on the core of what we're doing. So we're going to raise these kids up in Greater Day Café. All right, so y'all know how we do it. We always kick it off with our first segment. Rochester J has the first segment, and you know we got a hint for you now, okay? So on the count of three, Patrick is going to drop this hint. 1, 2, hit me. Hey.
Tell me something good.
I love it. Rochester. All right, so every week you prepare to tell us something good. And, you know, just so the people know, it doesn't have to be deep. It doesn't have to be, it's whatever. So it can be as light as you want it to be, as deep as you want it to be. It's all about telling us something good. It's your show right now for a few minutes. Tell us something good.
Dr. Jones, you know, I cannot start my segment out ever without saying thank you so very much again.
You are so kind. You know you act like I'm paying you, right?
But I'm just saying, you are paying me. And it is in an emotional, a spiritual, and a purpose.
Yes, it is.
Full.
It is.
Way.
It is. Give me a high five on that. They can't see it, but they can feel it.
You can't see it, but you can feel it, and you can't spend it because it ain't money. It's something spiritual.
It's greater, yes. It's greater than money.
It's greater.
Yes,
so,
yes.
Thank you very much for the invitation.
You're so welcome.
For the invite.
You know, your presence make a difference on the show. I just want you to know that.
Who, me?
Yes, you. Yeah, you got something greater in you, man.
Well,
that's why you're here.
Well, I appreciate you noticing the greatness that.
That's right.
The one that I serve.
Mm-hmm. That's all right. Okay, he put a little spiritual twist in there. Go ahead. Okay, go ahead. Tell us something good.
Well, my thing good for the day is that I'm learning how to follow again.
Ooh, you got to explain that now. What you mean by that?
Well, I've been misled in some things, and some concepts, and some ideas about life, and you know, I think, you know, it comes to a point where you have to realize everything you think you know, you really don't know.
Okay. Yeah.
And so you have to begin to go back and not necessarily do the first works, but begin to try to understand what the first works were meant to teach you.
Okay, so give me an example, because you putting something on the table. So what's good? What's good with this? You going back, you're learning something? So,
you can be so emotionally pulled by, you know, trials of life.
Okay.
You could be emotionally pulled by the bills. You could be emotionally pulled by the job. And you forget that there's a purpose inside of you that needs to be catered to.
I like the way you said that. There's a purpose inside of you that needs to be catered to.
Yeah, because we cater to the emotions, we cater to the jobs, and it's our responsibility and it's our duty. But then we're being led by that. And so I'm learning how to follow the leading of the Spirit again.
Okay.
So that I can be purposeful and be more in tune with.
That's good.
Going after my purpose and catering to it and making sure that I am undoing anything that I have been doing that I thought I was supposed to do.
Wow, you undoing some stuff that didn't have anything to do with purpose. That's what you're saying.
And that could be any kind of, ties or any kind of patterns or any kind of relationships, that I've had, or any kind of things that have, caused me to continue to think that I need to hold on to that.
Yeah.
And so now I'm progressively realizing a worthy idea.
Progressively realizing. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. This is so awesome because one of the things you're doing is you're saying, I got to go back to that phrase you just said because that is so good. You said that you are learning. There's a purpose inside of you and you're learning that has to be catered to.
It has to be catered to.
It has to be fed.
It has to be.
You're nurturing purpose instead of other things that don't really have a whole lot to do with purpose.
Right.
And I like that because, and let me add I'm jumping
Please
all into
do.
your
By
something
all
good
means.
because I love the way you just laid that out right there. Because sometimes people, and maybe we touched on this yesterday or 2 weeks ago when somebody wrote in the question, do I have to be like super religious in order to be greater?
Right.
And this goes back to that question because a part of what I hear you saying is that you're pursuing your greatness.
Right.
And at the same time, it's just a matter of maybe, changing direction.
That's it.
So you're just so some things that don't have a lot to do with purpose, I don't have to have a lot to do with it.
Right.
And that doesn't mean you got to be super spiritual. So you still go to the movies. And, you still do, you have some recreation.
Absolutely.
You have a life. You have a good time.
Right.
But if there are certain things that are soaking up that energy, if they're taken away from what needs to be catered to your purpose.
Right.
Wow,
you just have to really be careful because, a lot of us, and, this is to be strategic. Our parents rear us in a way that they think is best.
Yes, with good intentions.
With very good intentions.
Right.
And their intentions are for your greatness and your purpose to be fulfilled, but it's also the way that you were raised is also what you follow. Yeah. So what you follow, you feel like, okay, it's time to reduplicate what I followed. But there again, you have to go and say to yourself,
I like
is
it.
that?
Yeah.
Was that?
Exactly.
And this is no reflection, if you will, but it is also very imperative and very important that we recognize that that is also where the seed is sown.
I love that.
Well, the misdirection is often...
I love it. Man, you
launched.
really, you helping some people. Now, I'm gonna throw some practical language in there because that's the teacher in me. I love to break things down and make it really, really practical for folks. Even though I don't always do it because I can go deep in and go off. Where's she flying off to? But you make me think about this analogy of the mother that was baking the turkey in 2 pans. It's some I don't even know where I got the story from. That's okay. So there's this mother that always baked the turkey in 2 pans. So the daughter says, "Mama, why you baking the turkey in 2 pans?" Well, that's the way Grandmama did it. So the daughter goes to Grandma, "Grandma, why you baking the turkey in 2 pans?" Well, that's the way my mama did it. So she goes to the great-grandmother. "Great-grandmama, why you bake the turkey in 2 pans?" And she says, "Because my stove wasn't big enough for the one turkey, so I had to put it in my stove wasn't big enough for 1 pan. Right. So I had to put it in 2 pans. But here we are 3 generations later. Still putting the turkey in 2 pans when the stove is really big enough for the 1 pan. Wow. And you don't realize that what you're doing is following something from 3 generations ago. It was purposeful. Right. For 3 generations ago. But it's not purposeful for you now. I mean, you're not maximizing. You're not catering to the biggerness. I just made up a word. You're not catering to the biggerness, to the bigger oven. You got a bigger oven now that can take that 1 pan. Use it. Yeah. Use that oven. And that's kind of like what I'm hearing you say. Yeah. Wow, that's something good, man.
Well, I had to think on this thing before I came here because,
That's why you was late.
Well,
You was right on time. I'm just messing with you. You right on time. We supposed to be here at 8 o'clock, y'all. We got here at 8:20. It's all right. You was right on time. You was supposed to be here. Because if you had come to the studio at 8, maybe you wouldn't have had that something good.
No, I wouldn't have had that something good. And so, yeah. So, learn how to follow again and not to follow the emotions, but to be led by and follow the leading of the Spirit.
Yes.
And that voice that you have to spend time getting there.
Okay, I got to do this. I'm going back to practical now because you just said something. So let me put something on this if you don't mind. So being led by the Spirit, I got to give you this because it's really not that difficult to be led by Spirit, to be led by the unction, that voice that you hear, whatever you want to call it, Spirit, energy, God, universe. It's not difficult. We make it difficult. But you have to start practicing in the small things. Right. So I got to get this fun story. One day, I was riding home. Oh, I'm about to put my parents out there a little bit. But y'all know I love y'all. Yeah. Okay, so one day, I was driving home. I was borrowing my friend's car. This was a long, long time ago. So I was borrowing my friend's car. She was at work. So on the way home, I saw this lady walking down the street. And I heard the voice say, pick that lady up. And I slowed down like I was going to pick the lady up. And I was like, it's dangerous, which it is. You shouldn't be just picking people up, right? I'm like, no. Plus, that lady could be going all the way on the other side of town. She going to take me off my route. I don't have time for that. You know how people are. You say, can I take you down the street? Well, can you take me across town? I said down the street, right? So I went home and I pulled into my parents' complex. They had a townhouse at the time out in Town and Country. So then my friend called me. She said, I'm ready. I'm ready for you to come pick me up from work. I said, okay, girl, I'm on my way. So I got in the car. While I was pulling out of the complex, I saw this lady, that same lady that I heard Spirit say, pick that lady up. I saw that lady. I was like, oh, my God, that lady was coming to the same place. I could have picked that lady up. But then when I passed the lady, I said, that look like my mama.
No. Whoa. Wait a minute.
I promise the good. I promise y'all. I promise I'm not making this up. I swear for God. That's how they used to say in the street. I swear for God, I am not making this up. I passed that lady. I stopped. Amazing. I rolled out the window. I said, Mama.
No.
My mama turned around and said, huh?
What?
What's my mother? And from that moment on, I started learning how to hear that voice. Because that voice told me to pick up my mother. But because it didn't say mother, I drove right past the lady. So anyway, somebody say, well, what your mama doing walking? Well, my parents have been married for I don't know how long, forever and a day. Yeah. And they just had a little night in the grocery store where they had a disagreement. So she decided to walk home. And I let my mama walk home.
You know what?
When the Spirit told me to pick up. Listen, y'all, we getting ready to go on a little break so y'all can digest that. I don't care what y'all say. That was something good.
Something good.
So listen, in about 30 seconds, we're going to give you 60 seconds to run around the house, scream, just think a little bit about something good and follow with the Spirit. Now, when you go on this little break, y'all know we got a routine.
What's the routine?
3 carrots and how many cookies? 2 cookies. Yeah, you done gave people 3 cookies, man. Come on. 3 cookies and no, you done got me all.
Stay tuned for more Greater Day Café
it's 3 carrots,
right here on
2
the
cookies.
AGM Radio
See y'all
Network.
later in a few minutes. We'll be back at you.
Welcome back to the Greater Day Café right here on the AGM Radio Network. Now here's your host, Dr. D.
All right, folks, welcome back to the Greater Day Café. I'm your host, Dr. D. I got host in here. What's your name?
Rochester J.
I love it. I just like for him to say his name. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed your little break. You were supposed to get 3 carrots and how many cookies?
2.
2. That's all you're supposed to get, 2 cookies. Now, so I hope you did. Don't overdo it. So we let you go get a break, but don't overdo it. All right, so hopefully if you're just tuning in with us, welcome. If you've been with us from the top of the hour, we say hour. I guess I'm just saying it in the future. It's going to be an hour and more.
Right.
But if you joined us at the top of our spot, then you heard Rochester something good. All right, so we got a few more minutes to work with you, and my phone is over here. Look, people are texting me.
I know, right?
Oh, my goodness. This is so, okay, people are like, doing good. Awesome, Dr. D. I love it. Okay, so let me just take a break and say that because I got friends texting me. Some of y'all trying to hit me up on Facebook. So listen, the best way for y'all to stay connected with me, go to my website, davinajones.com. From that website, you can then get to the Greater Day Facebook page, my Facebook Facebook page. You can get to Twitter, and you guys can go ahead and keep letting us know how you're feeling the show. Give us your topic suggestions. You got to stay connected. I'm telling y'all, it's power in your voice, power in your numbers. We complain about negative stuff out there in the airways, so when we got something positive, you got to support it so we can kick it up. Right. So y'all got to stay with us. So y'all got to tweet us. You got to share our post, and comment, and all that stuff. Now, we're supposed to be able to pick a random winner from someone who gives us a topic suggestion. You got to like our Facebook page.
Yes.
You got to comment by giving us a suggestion. Yes. And then you got to share our post. Sure. Okay, so that's what you're supposed to be doing. All right, now, for everybody that's out there complaining about blessings and opportunities, y'all didn't give a topic suggestion.
Oh,
there was money sitting right there on the table. Money sitting right on the table. You see what I'm saying? Well, we should complaining. So nobody should be going to their cousin talking about, let me hold $20.
Let me hold $20.
Because you could have got $50.
You could have got $50 on the house, right?
$50 on the house. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to double the pot.
Double the pot.
For next Thursday, okay? Now, don't let this money slip away from you.
You go from 50 to what?
100.
Real quick.
Now, we ain't going to do this every week. This ain't the lotto. This is not the lottery, so it ain't going to go to 150. It's going to drop back down to 50.
It's going to drop right back.
Somebody just going to lose out.
50 to 100 real
So
quick.
you better get on it while you can. Get the goodness while the goodness is good.
While it's good. And it's going to stay good.
Absolutely.
But get it now.
All right, so this is what I want to do real quick for a little bit of the cafe moment. Okay, so I'm going on the spot here because before we went on the air, Rochester, we were talking about, it was supposed to be, I guess, personal, exchanging advice and all of that, but it was just really too good.
It was.
So we were talking about this real scenario of people becoming addicted to social media.
Yeah.
And Facebook and so forth and all of that. And, and it's so easy to get caught up because you're exchanging in a certain way. You're emoting, you're connecting with people, right? And so then we were talking about when is enough too much. And, some people say, well, I got to shut my page down and all that kind of stuff right there. So I was putting on the table that why should you restrict your entire life, by just shutting down the whole page or pulling completely out. But why don't you practice maybe like, take a day off from social media or take a day off from Facebook. Y'all tweet us before y'all go off now.
Hey, going off.
Post us before you
Greater
do.
Day Café going off.
Be like LeBron James, let us know now. You're going out and then come on back in. He goes out for the finals every year. But I really like that conversation we had before the show because it's a very real conversation that probably works for just about anything. When people feel like they're just too much into something. Right. And then too, sometimes because many of our audience members come from a similar kind of background that we came from where, we really have an admiration for God, spiritual things and that kind of deal. But we're also learning that, we don't have to be oppressed. Right. And I'm concerned that sometimes when we're trying to be greater, when we're trying to reach for purpose, that we're oppressing ourselves with a bunch of do's and don'ts. Yeah. And it's probably not really all that serious, but maybe just learning how to balance. Yeah. Yeah. Just learn how to. That's why we say three carrots
and two
cookies. Yeah. We didn't say you couldn't have any cookies.
Right.
We just tried to minimize how many cookies you had at one time. Right.
Right.
So, I just, so that was really, I just kind of thought about that because I have heard some, different conversations in the street about that. People really like, girl, I got to get out of Facebook. I got to get out of this or that. How about just balance it? Take a Friday off. Take a Saturday off. Yeah. And for that Saturday, you don't do any social media. Right. But you spend time with your significant other. You spend time with your family. Yeah. You go to the beach. You meditate. Right. Do something to kind of release some negative stuff and pull some positive stuff in.
Well, if I may.
Yeah. I was all on your something good, so go
No.
ahead.
Hey, I'm a co-host. I know my place. I was thinking, it's also those people that are still yet fulfilled in purpose that may be the ones that are tentatively, bouncing around that idea, because, those people that are properly using social media are very purposeful fulfilling people.
Yes.
You know, at first we know the history of Facebook was, college students to network and, and things like that. And then you fast forward, now you have the different celebrities and artists and whatnot, that are using it to market, free advertisement.
Sure, absolutely.
And so, I think it's the people that are looking to advertise something that shouldn't be sold are the ones that are often, in and out of the idea of, coming out of Facebook, because why? The purpose isn't in front of them. And so now you're using Facebook to glean from somebody else's purpose, somebody else's energy.
I hear you.
And that's why you have people that are living their purpose that are, say, look, Facebook or not, I'm shutting down and I'm about to win these finals.
Right. Because when we were talking about it, I was like, I don't know what they talk. This is like, I get on it and do what I got to do, but then I'm done.
Right.
And then you made the comment, but that's because you're so, filling your life with purpose.
Yeah.
So you don't have all the
and
distractions.
And I'm quick. I'll be the first one to tell you, I'm quick to shut down without warning because, that's, hey.
Rochester just be gone,
Hey,
y'all.
holla. Because
y'all better say, hey, while you can. You might be off tomorrow.
Right? I'm trying to tell you, it don't, without warning. Because when I have these missions that I'm on, when he gives me missions, I cannot be sidetracked because sometimes the energy that is out there pulls, And
I hear you.
Therefore, that's why. But anyway, I think that what you're saying is, though, we need to not be so in the box because of the way that we were led. Or misled to believe that these are the do's and don'ts of, like, a friend of mine, a good friend of mine, DeMarcus Latson.
Okay.
Oh, man. He wrote a song back when we were in school, college.
Okay.
It ain't about the do's and don'ts at Lee University. We were there. He wrote an awesome song because we were going through that phase of like, man, can we go here? Can we do that? And we was like, man, it's not about the do's and don'ts.
Exactly.
All he wants is your heart.
And you're saying you're talking about God.
Yeah, absolutely. You better.
I'm not restricted to that, so I'm just saying. I'm just clarifying.
All God wants is your heart. All He needs is, a yes. You know what I mean? And that's enough.
Okay.
Because it's on the way that you're going to be used anyway. And it could be at the grocery store. It could be at the mall. It could be at the baseball game, at the lounge, wherever. Because I've been there. Sung them, freely.
And these do's and don'ts, again, this is why so many people are having conversations about the difference between what we might call a religion from a religious organizational perspective versus spirituality. So that many times we've seen across the board, not just in America, but around the world, where we live our lives based on a particular list of do's and don'ts. And sometimes you need to break away from that list and really just kind of go in and say, you know what do I need? What do I need to fulfill my purpose? And what I need is not what you need.
Absolutely.
The flexibility that I need is not the same flexibility that you need. So I'm going back to the word that I threw out earlier about balance and really just kind of learning how to balance.
Now that's it.
Really just learning how to balance yourself, and again, I'm all about just not making it so difficult.
Yeah.
You don't have to make it so difficult.
Greater.
Exactly. You make it greater, and your part of you making it greater is balance it out a little bit.
Right.
All right, so now listen, this is what we need for y'all to do.
This is what we need
I
you
need
to do.
for y'all to go to, if you're on Facebook, go ahead and go to the Facebook page. You can go to my Facebook page, and I need for y'all to just send us some comments. Let us know you're listening.
Yeah.
Give us some feedback. We did get somebody, I'm just going to say it right now so y'all know, folks are talking to us. Now, I got some good friends. They telling us true stuff. Some people saying you're doing good. Somebody texted me and said, we hear your chatter during the commercial. Thank you. We'll fix that.
We will.
I hope it was good chatter during the commercial.
I know what we talking about.
But we'll fix it. There's no telling what we said over here in this studio. But listen, it's all about positive. We only got about 3-4 minutes on the air. And we hope that you are being inspired.
Right.
So this is what we got to do. You got to stay connected. So go to my website, davinajones.com. When you go to the website, there's a link there for you to tweet. There's a Facebook link there so you can always stay connected, know where we are. We really want to build this thing out. So we're hoping that these 30 minutes, that you are really, really taking hold of the 30 minutes. All right, so since we're going off the air in about 2 minutes. So anyway, so since we didn't have any topic suggestions for tonight, then again, that means we're going to double the pot for next week. So this is
Double
what we
the
need for you to do. You got a whole week to think of a topic suggestion and send that bad boy in, and we will randomly select our winner next week when we come back on the air next Thursday.
I can't believe nobody didn't put a
I mean,
we posted, we shared.
I know, but see, this
and you left money on the table.
Left money on the table. And this is why I'm not moved when people come to me complaining.
Nah, not at all.
When they come to me complaining to me, they don't have this and they don't have that, I am not moved. Because I'm going to tell you, the universe is always prepared to bring you what you need. Woo. It's always prepared. You the one not answering.
You better say that.
It's always.
You better say that.
Doors of opportunity are always present. We got 60 seconds. We laying it out there for you. The universe is always waiting to bring you. If you want to say spirit, God, whatever you want to put out there, it is always waiting to bring you. Y'all don't leave this money on the table next time. So the pot is doubled, okay?
Unlimited
next Thursday, right here on the AGM Radio Network. Stay connected with me. Go to www. Did I put too many W's in there?
You put
DavinaJones.com. You can tweet from there. You can Facebook, hashtag Greater Day Cafe. I think we're going to have to change that hashtag to hashtag DR. Dr. D Greater Day Cafe. Because somebody else got Greater Day Cafe. We can't let you mix it up. All right, so listen, join us again next week right here Thursday on the AGM Radio Network. I'm your host, Dr. D. I got my co-host here,
Rochester J.
Pancake in the house, Lady G. And my associate producer, Patrick. We'll see you next week. Holla. Be greater.